How you doing there, YouTube world? Now, this guy right here, this is Jonathan Kleck. Well, Jonathan Kleck goes around telling everybody that he's a fallen angel and the angel or messenger from the Church of Philadelphia. Yeah, yeah. So I've done some other videos on that guy, but he goes hand in hand with this other little fallen angel pusher, Zen Garcia, another one who pushes the serpent seed doctrine. Now, the two of these guys are also pretty much preaching the exact same thing that Rob Skiba is, except Rob Skiba is just a lot better at lying than the both of them. So that's pretty much it. And then we got this guy right here, the messenger of false hope, which I've done some other videos on, and I'm going to get to him towards at the end. But what I really wanted to talk about was, well, this. Now, a lot of people had already pointed out about the red shield on the finger, but what I want to talk about is that thing that everybody thinks is the money symbol. And if you notice, that's a serpent with an eye. You can see the little eye shining there, but it's a serpent on a stick. Anybody else remember where a serpent on a stick comes from? Anybody? You know, I know Rob Skiba knows the answer to this. Because, well, it goes back to Kabbalah and the Chabad. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the brass serpent. You know, the same thing that all these Kabbalists, all these synagogue of Satan people are pushing. And check that out. It looks like the Republican and the Democratic Party. And if you notice, I'm not laughing because I'm being serious. Because if you notice, they got the Democrats as painted as all the Satanists and the devils and the demons, and well, they got the Republicans all painted as, well, the Zionists. And then check this out. Here's a lovely few images for you. You know, you guys remember that? See, I remember when that used to actually be the symbol on the side of ambulances back before they changed it to the caduceus, which is actually Greek and pantheonic religion. And you know, some of these screenshots come from Chabad's actual teaching, you know. And if you notice that, well, especially when it comes to the caduceus there, that kind of looks oddly enough like, well, New Age or the Serpent Kundalini teaching. You know, I got a few other screenshots in here, like this one. This is the Serpent Kundalini, and if you notice, it's the exact same thing as the Kabbalah. You know, then when it comes to the tuning forks, you know, that whole thing, yeah, just weird how they all kind of seem to go together. You know, Mr. Rob Skiba wanted to point out that in some of his other teachings, he goes through and explains, well, why he's got Gnostic symbolism and, well, what we would call Illuminati stuff all over all of his work. But, you know, Mr. Skiba, I already know exactly who you are. You are a shill. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing, and you're trying to push everybody into this new world order to help build a big surveillance state around everybody. And, well, your job is to pretty much, well, bring us all to the slaughterhouse. You know, you guys remember this I Pet Goat thing? You know, do you guys notice the fence there? Well, that's actually the same fence that they had around Auschwitz. I don't know if you guys knew that. Now, another thing, you know, Operation Paperclip, one of the things that brought us, well, was a lot of the crap that these Nazis were teaching, and you know, MK Ultra, aerosol injections, fluoride, all that horrible stuff. Yeah, that's where they got it from. So they also put those people in charge of all kinds of stuff. But if you notice that symbol at the top left right there, that's actually a Viking rune. Now, the Nazis were really into using runes and occultism and a bunch of other stuff. You know, and if you'll notice coming up here, this is, all I did was I literally typed in Nazi runes, and that's what came up. So if you see this right here, well, you know, it should be pretty obvious here in a second to what that is. Wow, just a little weird, you know. Jonathan, it didn't take a whole lot of discernment to go onto Google and do this, you know, and then going into the whole red shield thing, you know, it's, you know, pretty self-evident, because when I typed in red shield to look up the Rothschild crest, which is this one right here, it also brought up the one before that with the Russian logo, and this is the Vatican logo, and it's weirdly similar to, well, the other one. and then Project Veritas. You guys remember that? I do. And it kind of reminded me of something else. Weird. More reminded me of the Gnostic fake, false wisdom, known as Sophia. And if you notice in the background there's only two letters that are turned to the side, O and Z, Oz, like the field of poppies, the opioid epidemic that started in 2017. And, if Trump's not, working for the deep state, it's really, really weird because, it really seems as if he's going along with, their little I Pet Goat movie. And if Benjamin Netanyahu is to Israel as, Trump is to America, well, I'm not going to lie, that really has me kind of worried. So, Mark Taylor, I got quite a few questions for you. You have a seemingly endless supply of YouTube channels that are just literally brainwashing of you chopping up the exact same report over and over and over. And just like, the Nazis, you just seems like you're beating it into people's head. You're not telling the whole truth. And you are also telling people that Trump is going to be the savior when the last time I checked, that was Jesus. Oh, and check that out. Is that a 501c3? Well, I guess if 501c3s mean that you work for the synagogue of Satan, I guess it means that your eyes are blinded, huh? I also like to point out, if you guys are following, Q, well, Ariana Grande did a video, and this dude, that says Chan 4 times on his little thing. So, just saying. Also, Mark, you said something about the 777s. Well, in the occultic world, well, they like the 777s too. And it's even in one of those little stupid Ariana Grande movies. So, just saying, Mark. Just saying. It seems like maybe you might be part of their original plan there. And, I got nothing against police officers at all. But I think some of you, you don't even realize what you're involved in. And others of you, you probably really do realize what you're involved in. So you need to wake up.
All right, brother. You said that you had also Masonic, right? Masonic,
well, my career in law enforcement, I actually joined the Brotherhood of Freemasons.
Okay. Yeah, how'd you get into that? How'd you get into that?
Man, a lot of cops are involved with that.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's a thing that I'm not saying you must do, but 95% of them do. Straight up north. But they don't make you do nothing with that. It's just like senseless rituals, and you want your ego to get through. You're eager to get your ring, your token.
Yeah.
Or any other, Masonic memorabilia that you could wear. You put it on.
I've met somebody when I was working at the shipyard. Someone who did have a ring.
Yeah, I used to wear a ring all the time.
Okay, so they give you rings.
No, you have to buy it. You have to purchase it yourself. Or if you're my brother and I'm giving you a token of my appreciation to you because you already became a master.
Right.
Well, here's sometimes they'll give you a dime with a compass and square on it.
Wow, okay.
You know what I mean? Unless you really put it up close to see it, that's a token of appreciation and love from your brother.
Gotcha.
Or they'll probably, well, you know what? We want to buy you your first ring. Or they'll give you a shield to put in your car. You know what I mean? So everybody sees that you're brother, leave you alone. You get special privileges, you get pulled over, cop, have a nice day. Because they're all,
So the ultimate goal here is that if anybody ever, I guess, approaches somebody,
right,
stay far away from this.
Oh, you're going to have to stay far away from and run. Don't stay close, because see, the problem with that is they use the actual word brotherhood as an advantage to them.
And it's that.
It's catchy. It's a honey.
When you say brotherhood also,
yeah,
like this is going around a lot in the colleges.
Oh yeah, the Alpha Catas and all them. That's all Greek.
Yes.
And a lot of them becomes after a while, they'll become bones and skulls.
Wow.
Oh yeah, especially if you're in Yale. That's where they come from, But they do have. You have to be a master mason before you become anything else. Depending on your upward mobility, and rituals. The quicker you get them done, the quicker things are revealed to you. But like I said, you could go as high as you want. If you got money, you could buy your way up. you know, honorary. You know how many times they give honorary doctorates that people never ever been in college?
Yeah.
You know, like, for example, Bill Cosby got an honorary doctorates, right? So they jacked him up with some with these women and stuff. They took it away. But he's a Freemason. But see, if you start exposing them, they'll go after you. They'll go after your family. They'll try to kill you because the government is part of it. It's not only civilians. The government is in cahoots with these people.
Right, right.
And in there's sectors throughout the whole country that split apart. I don't know if it's northeast, south, and west, but they have witches that are in charge of these sectors and warlocks that are in charge of these sectors, and they pretty much monitor the satanic, you know, I'm going to use the satanic, you know, members. You know, like they call it congregation too, just the opposite of being a Jesus believer. You know, I don't want to use the word Christianity.
Yeah.
But I want to, you know, believers, right? So they have specific warlocks and, you know, Council of 13 witches, which are either male or female. And pretty much they're in charge of thousands of members of the congregations and the local witches and warlocks that are in charge of that congregation.
Wow.
And a lot of them are politicians, heavily involved in witch.
And there you go. Like the man had said, you know, sometimes politicians, you know, they just buy their way and get their own honorary title. I also like to point out that, well, Donald Trump does have an honorary title, and, well, just a little odd. So do your own research. You know, the children are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So I'm not saying you guys got to keep chasing these rabbits down these rabbit holes until you find yourself lost in it, but, you know, do your own research. Now, Mark Taylor, I'd like to point out a few things. One, your email address is @Patton6966. Why, oh why, would a man of God have 666 in his email address? Please explain that one. You know, you could have done any other numbers, but you did 3 6s in your email address. That right there is a dead giveaway. Also, you had said something about a 501c3. Well, your movie, like I had said several times and other people have pointed out, was made by a 501c3 church. So, therefore, by your own reasoning, you are blinded by Satan and you will be judged. Just saying, Mark. Just saying. I'm just going off what you said. Also, you know, you have a whole bunch of YouTube channels that just chop up the same recording over and over and over like brainwashing. And when you go through it and you listen to an hour-long discussion of your quote-unquote prophecy, I don't hear you giving any glory to Jesus Christ. I hear you giving, you know, saying the name of God a few times, but you know Satanists even say the name God. So, just saying, Mark, either you are willingly complicit or you're deceived. And I'm kind of starting to think that you're willingly going along with this just based on what I see and the things that you say and the things that you do. You literally called kids that were attending a Bible college tools of the devil because they had pointed out that when they tested the spirit you're operating with, you're like spiritual aids. And, well, I think you owe them an apology. So, anyway, Mark, I just thought I'd point a few of those things out. And don't worry, you know, I'm going to be doing a whole set of videos on you, just pointing out the hypocrisy. Because you are leading people astray. You really are. And you're preaching a different Jesus as well, as you are turning people away from Jesus Christ and turning them towards idolatry. You turned Donald Trump into a golden calf. So, anyway, Mark, I guess until the next video, bye.